What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Can never have too much. I gotta find a safe place to set this. Hopefully right there is good. Don't go anywhere, you stay there. Alright. Any of you that have been watching for any kind of length of time, you know I'm a big fan across the board of Crossfire packs. Let me go ahead and get the BS stupidity disclaimer out of the way up front. And I still hold that it's absolutely ridiculous that, that I have to do this, but Crossfire does not pay me to make this video. I don't get paid a dime for making this video. We clear? I'm doing it because I like their stuff, I use the stuff, and I want to show it to you in case it fits your uses, needs, and wants, and you also want something to fill a similar role as what I got and what I'm doing, and to just see you get good equipment as the armed prepared citizen. That's it. That's my sole reason for doing this video. Shocker, I know. Alright, now that the stupid stuff's out of the way, I've been unabashedly a huge Crossfire fan for some years now. If you've watched for any length of time, you should know that by now. My go-to lightweight patrol pack, and I say lightweight because I've got a couple of different patrol packs that are different in size and features depending on what I'm going to do, as to what dictates which one I take. But for general patrol use as an armed prepared citizen, in the context of things have gone really bad in the world and we're having to defend and protect the very large wooded homestead, and I've got to be out on foot patrolling it, my primary go-to patrol pack has for a long time been my tried and true old Crossfire DG1 Spitfire. This is the original one. This one has a ton of miles on it, has a ton of use on it, and is still one of my favorite go-to packs. It has never let me down, and it always does all the things that I want and need a pack to do. Video is not about this one though. The video is about what, dare I say, is probably going to be replacing this pack. And no, you can't have it. It's not going anywhere because I still will covet this for a long time. It makes me feel comfortable. Okay, we have a bond, an attachment. I have sweated in this pack a lot. I have hauled this pack many miles. It's not going anywhere, okay? That's it. As you can see, I've got a little bit of weight in it because it stays loaded and ready to go because I take it with me lots of places all the time, because not only is it my patrol pack, it's my general traveling back and forth to the homestead pack in case the world decides to get stupid unexpectedly quick. The new hotness. So beginning of this year, Crossfire's revamped their line. I've done a couple of other videos on things. They are replacing the DG line with the new CF line. I've already done a video on the CF2, which is a pack that I probably had a lot of urgings on. I gave some input to the guy designing it, and really begged and pleaded, please make a pack this size, and they did, which is awesome. I can't take credit for it, just saying I had some input. My other rucks have long been the older DG3 and DG16. Those have gotten revamped, and I love the CF2 so much. I don't need it, but I'm probably going to end up getting a CF3, and when the replacement for the DG16 comes out, I'll probably grab that too, just because it's going to be awesome. But along those same lines, there is a new replacement for the DG1 Spitfire, and that is the new CF1 Loki. Don't ask me about the names. I don't know. I don't care. They are what they are. There's lots of things about this CF1 Loki that I like and I want to show to you. But one of the first things is the fact that it was available in God's plaid. Now, that in and of itself adds a intangible number of bonus points to your loadout capability. Like just that alone, you get plussed up to a new level. So, what's different about this one versus the DG1 that it's replacing? And yes, I'm getting stuff coming across the computer because I know somebody's going to ask. That's what the dinging is in the background. Deal with it. So let's start on the outside first, right? So on the shoulder harness, the CF1 no longer has the MOLLE compatibility that the original DG1 had with the MOLLE there. The shoulder straps have gotten a little bit of a revamp. There are, as you can see, some differences between the two shoulder straps, all of which are, it's a 50-50. I like the changes, I like the original. They both work, they do the same thing just in different ways and do both of them equally well. So I am perfectly happy with that. There is one aspect that I like about this that I'll get to in a second. But no more MOLLE. It's just a slick inside back with a different setup for the shoulder harness. As you can see on this, the shoulder harness just has webbing that it's attached into. Now you can remove the shoulder straps on these if you wanted to attach it to something. That's easily enough done. Hang on just a second. This is going to drive me nuts if I don't fix it. Me lugging it around while I go, I grabbed and pulled some of my straps. Anyway, you can remove this. You can also remove this one. So, still got carry handles up top, etc., etc. Now, the shoulder harness has more of a yoke type setup to it, and it has 4 connection points. You can remove this. It uses the same webbing toggle system that Crossfire has used on a lot of other parts of their packs for a long time. This shoulder harness does have one different than the old one in that I think personally, and this could just be subjective personal taste on my point, or on my part rather, I think this one rides a little bit better on the shoulders. Not that that one was bad, okay? Better doesn't mean the old one was bad, just that this is more comfortable than the already comfortable one. Now they've simplified the shoulder straps. It's just a daisy chain of webbing that goes down it. You have a sternum strap. You can move the sternum strap anywhere up and down the webbing that you want, whatever. There are plenty of attachment points for you to put whatever you want to attach. Hydration bladder, comms lines, whatever you may need to do. It's there if you need it. The straps on the bottom come off the same way. They're just through these loops right here with the webbing, and that's what holds it on. Nice and simple. There are no quick release buckles on it because all you got to do is just pull that tab up. If you've got it on, it'll lengthen out and you can drop the pack right off. There are holes in the ladder locks on there that I put some cordage through just to give me something when I've got gloves on that I can grab a hold of and rip it up and drop the pack real easily. Personally, for my use, I won't ever have a need to take the shoulder harness off. The way I use it, it'll always stay on there because I can attach it to my bigger ruck, which is what I do if I'm going out on a longer situation. and then I can drop the main ruck wherever I need to, and then take this off and still go do whatever I need to do, and then come back and still have my big ruck. I can integrate this with my DG3 or my DG16, excuse me, well, yeah, DG16, DG3, and my CF2, depending on if that's the one I'm using, and go from there. Other than that, that's the back side. On the sides, we've got daisy chain that goes up and around the top and is part of the carry handle, and then you've got some molly webbing on the side right here. On the old DG1, there were pouches right here with molly webbing. They've eliminated those pouches, which again I'm okay with, because the pouches weren't for everybody, depending on what you wanted to put there. You were kind of limited to what you could fit in those pouches, and it didn't always work for everybody. I do like having just the molly webbing there. That way I can put whatever pouch I need to there, and I don't necessarily have a pouch already there that I'm not using that's useless, that I can't fit anything in it that I want to. So I like that. I can put what I want to on the sides of this. Same thing on this side. There's the daisy chain, the molly webbing. Simple enough. Getting to the front side. On the front side, you will notice that you still have your beaver tail, and got the mesh all the way around it. You got 3 compression straps per side, 2 up the top, 1 set on the bottom. You can expand it in and out as you need to, put whatever you want to. Originally on this style of pack, going all the way back to the original Eagle yoke pack, this was meant to be a helmet cave, and this was more of an assault style pack. So you would put your helmet and whatnot in here to carry while you were moving into location. I've always used these type of packs as a patrol pack, just because I wanted something small for a day, 24-hour type, 12 to 24-hour type patrols. You still have that capability. One of the things that I use this for is the ability to put something in it like a raincoat or something like that, that I can get to nice and easy if I need to, or if I've got something like a raincoat that I've been wearing and it's been raining and it's wet and I take it off, I can stick it in here and not get everything else inside wet, and the mesh helps it to dry real quick because of the airflow around it. Couple of changes from the DG1. You will notice that on the outside of the beaver tail, they have their new LTAS system for attaching pouches. And this is one of the half-loaf baguette. I don't remember. It's the longer pouch that they've got. It will attach onto the LTAS webbing and give you extra capacity on the back. If you don't have it there, there is a Velcro loop right there, and underneath it is your IRR tab, which if you're not using it, that just folds up, easy peasy out of the way, not a problem. If you don't want to run this full pouch, you can put the smaller pouch in there. I think that's the baguette and this is the half loaf, pretty sure. That didn't help me remember, but I was just using it as an excuse to get some more coffee, because coffee is life. Anyway, you can put like 2 of these on here if you wanted to in place of the one big one. Up to you. Another difference between this and the older DG1, while I put this back on. By the way, I'm a big fan of the LTAS system. Big fan of the LTAS, because it's so easy to put stuff on and off. This beaver tail is completely removable. So on this side, excuse me, on this side you'll see there's a zipper and a little miniature LTAS toggle. You can unzip this all the way around, and then there's Velcro over here and another LTAS toggle to help take strain off the zipper. And you can completely remove this. If you do completely remove this, there is LTAS webbing all the way down the back of the pack. So you could take this same pouch here or the smaller ones and put on any of the LTAS webbing. They do give you a small molly field up top. On the inside of the beaver tail, you've got two zippered pockets, one there and one down here. Good spot to put little things that you might want to get to, so on and so forth. Now, up top, you've got this, you know, I buckled those back and I had them unbuckled for a reason. Anyway, this area right here unzips about halfway down. It is a like soft velour type material for sticking optics, nods, whatever type of thing you might want to put in there. That is there as an option. There is a Velcroed section in the bottom down here that you can undo, and it will pass all the way through into the main body of the pack if you needed something to go in there in that, you know, needed extra length or whatever. With this type of material, you could also take and Velcro in some smaller pouches or organization if you wanted to. That's purely up to you. Then we get into the main part of the pack. Again, it comes down about halfway, but you've got your storage all the way. You can see my arm going in all the way to the bottom of the pack. This part up here for the optics area is padded. There's a little thin piece of padding in there. Then you've got a mesh net divider in there, and then you've got LTAS webbing up top and a waterproof bladder pouch that hangs on that LTAS webbing that you can do like I've done here and put a bladder of your choice in there. I went with one of the Hydra Pack bladders that Crossfire sells. I bought one of those because, believe it or not, I really like the Hydra Pack bladders. I've got them in other packs. I like them. They're one of my favorites. You do you. As far as routing your hose out, there is a routing port on either side of the pack, and it's covered up by the daisy chain webbing right here. Now, this is something that I've watched on other folks' videos. Some people like that, some people don't like it. They would like the hydration port to be more easily accessible. Personally, and this is just me, I like having the daisy chain webbing over that port, because the port, the only way to make it is you have to have a slot cut in the material, and then they've done a good job of stitching it down to reinforce it, but it's still an open slot. Having that webbing over it helps protect that slot from getting snagged and pulled on something by something poking into it. It also gives a little bit of extra coverage to keep crap from going through that inside the main part of the pack. All those little things. Yes, you got to work with it just a little bit to route your hose through, but it is not difficult. It only takes a second. And let's face it, once you get your hose routed through, you're not going to be like taking it in and out all the time. At least I'm not. Once I've got it in there, it's pretty much staying there. So that's pretty much the main details on the pack. One of the things that I'm going to do personally with mine, if you'll notice on my old one here, inside the beaver tail, because I got all kind of stuff stored in the beaver tail, I also have a 3-mag shingle mollied in on the old molly webbing that's on here. Well, coincidentally enough, remember how I told you the new pouches, like these, they've got the LTAS in there. I can put one of these pouches on the LTAS right there, and again, I'm pretty sure this is the half loaf. it coincidentally holds 4 PMags perfectly. So it gives me my spot to store my extra magazines at that keeps them easily and readily accessible. I can put that right in there. I can also stick, and I forgot to put it up here on the table, but my radio and radio pouch can go in here, and I've got that. So all the way around, it gives me a good, versatile setup to configure how I want it to use for my purposes. And that's about it. Again, the pack itself is, hang on, let me look so I can be sure. Bear with me just a second. It's designed to be a 24-hour pack, obviously. Like I said, I like to use it as a patrol pack. It falls under the typical assault pack category. Alright, so the main pack is a 12-liter pack. With the other stuff, you can go all the way up to a bug flew in here. All the way up to 26 liters of capacity. And then, like I said, you can attach it in a couple of different ways to a larger pack if you need to, and take it with you to do the things. Just as a thought, as you can see, you can use different attachments to route your hoses, comms wires, whatever you need to on the shoulder straps and keep everything nice and tidy. All the webbing does have their Velcro keepers on there, so once you get it adjusted like you want, you roll that up, wrap the Velcro, and then you don't have a spaghetti monster going on. It does come with a waist belt, and it simply hooks into D-ring, or a loop there and a loop there on the bottom of the pack to give you a waist belt if you need it. It is a good design for a waist belt in that once you get it on, it has the webbing oriented via these ladders that you pull it forward like this to tighten it down. Personally, on this style of pack, I don't ever use the waist belt, but I do keep it stored in the pack just in case something were to happen where I wanted to use it. And you can also find other uses for it as well, because the pieces will attach into any of the D-rings that they've got, or not D-rings, loops that they've got on the pack. So again, I can use that to help attach it to another pack, as well as other things. You do have a drainage port on the bottom and 4 webbing loops on the bottom to attach stuff. They also help to keep the bottom straps contained and not flopping around. You can undo this and route them on the outside if you wanted to store something underneath here and you wanted the webbing to go around it. That's easy enough. Again, it just goes through those metal loops right there. Super easy to do there. Again, gives you more versatility of strapping stuff onto the bottom of it. All about what you want. So, I'm not going to show you any glamour shots of me wearing it, because y'all don't need to see that. If you want to see some really good ones, my good buddy Brent0331 has got his video up on this already. I've been remiss in not getting mine up sooner. And also go check out Prepared Pathfinder. He's got a really good one up on his as well. As a note, and I don't want to forget anything, you can get these, and this is where they did a really good job, in the Ranger Green that they got, which is an awesome color, Ranger Green. M81 Woodland, if you want to be correct and right, because God ordained it. Secondarily to that, you can get it in Vietnam Tiger Stripe, close second in awesomeness to M81. You can even get it in Desert Tiger Stripe. And if you're one of those guys, last but not least, I have to mention it, you can get it in multicam if that's what you have to have. I don't know why you would, but not when you've got other awesome options. But if you have to have multicam, there it is, available as an option. And that's about it. So CF1, I don't know what else I can say about it. 500D material, nylon, strong enough to do what it needs to do, light enough to keep the weight down, does the things. Nothing wrong with it at all. Again, don't know what else I can say about it. It is a great pack. I had it configured to use and work with, but I deconfigured it for the video because it's easier for me to show y'all everything if I don't have all my junk strapped onto it and in it. That way you get to see exactly how it comes and not get any confusion with what I've got on there versus what it comes with. So now I get the fun job of reconfiguring it. If you're like me, I don't like reconfiguring gear over and over again. Once I get it configured like I like it, I like to just leave it alone and use it. I don't like changing stuff around. It's just me. Time for another sip. That's about it. I'll put links to Brent's video and Prepare Pathfinder's video in the description box. I will put a link to this on Crossfire's website in the description box. If it so interests you, then go check it out. Again, for my context, for the armed prepared citizen, if I've got to do a short-term patrol, be it obviously in a cataclysmic situation, be it around my rural retreat property, homestead, neighborhood subdivision that I'm trying to help protect and defend, whatever, this is going to be one of my go-to choices. If you're in a situation, let's say you're part of your neighborhood protection team and you're just simply manning a guard post at the front entrance, I would still take this with me because it lets me take things with me that I'd want to have while I was sitting on guard duty. Easy and lightweight, lets me have essential things with me without having to take big giant ruck or bigger ruck. Just an all-around good option for the armed prepared citizen to have. I like having things pre-stashed and pre-located. I also like having stuff for various uses. So there's a good chance I'm probably going to have to break down and grab one of these in Ranger Green. You know, I'm sitting here thinking about it as I'm talking to you guys, and whew, boy, I could round out my my love affair and get a tiger stripe one as well. See, this is the danger of making these videos. You sit and start thinking about things that you normally wouldn't think about, but you think about it while you're making the video because you're trying to figure out what to say about it, make sure you cover everything and don't forget anything, which leads your brain down rabbit holes. I could get a Ranger Green one to have for Ranger Green solid use. I could get Tiger Stripe one because every once in a while I do like to still run Tiger Stripe just because reasons. Okay, got to cut those rabbit holes off. CF1. You guys check it out. As always, take care, stay safe, get out there and train and practice. Clock is ticking. See y'all later.